Hello, everyone. Welcome back here to another episode of Talk Tottenham here with your host, Tom. Giving you guys delayed match reaction from Tottenham's 2-1 victory at home against Luton Town on Saturday afternoon. Obviously, it's quite hard, I think, guys, to really give a match reaction to that one because again, it was just a tale of two halves, like it has been all season. Spurs slow, really slow coming out the traps again. I'm starting to wonder whether or not, guys, it's become slightly psychological now with all of these slow first half starts, and I don't understand it. It seems to take a halftime rollicking from Ange to get us going. Christ knows what he says in these team talks at half time, but I'm wondering even if it's slightly tactical. I mean, do we do this deliberately? Are we playing with teams to kind of tire them out, and then we spring on them in the second half? It does make you wonder. It does make you wonder because but then you look back to the start of the season, we were coming out of the blocks so quickly, and playing well in the full game. So I would very much doubt that that's a tactical decision. I just think that I think it is a little bit more of a mentality thing. And I heard someone else say on another podcast, I think it's so, without showing too much disrespect, it's all right against these smaller teams like Luton, maybe we've gone behind in a lot of games. We went behind recently in the Brentford game, didn't we? And others as well. Was it Brighton? Yeah, Brighton as well. And right, we can come back in those games, but if we go behind and have a slow start against the likes of Arsenal, City, Liverpool, in those games coming up, we're gonna be out of the game by half time. So we really need to fix these slow starts. I mean, it was just actually, and incidentally, guys, that was the first time that we got booed off at half time under Big Ange, which was difficult to hear. It reminded me a lot of the Conte days where quite regularly the fans would show their discontent at half time. Actually, the performance reminded me in the first half of the Conte days as well, like just playing in front of the other team, sideways football, so slow. I've addressed those concerns that I've had in other videos this season as well. But fair play to the guys, to the boys again. I mean, second half we came out, just looked like a different team in the same way that we did against Brentford, against Brighton, countless other games as well this season. We just played so well. The Villa game as well, didn't we? We were so much better in that second half, and we usually go through spells in that second half where we just blitz teams for about 10-15 minutes, and the same thing happened in this one as well against Luton. We were getting down that right hand side so well. When Brennan Johnson came on, I thought he was superb on that right hand side, linking up with Porro. And Johnson put in a beautiful assist, for the own goal. But I love that in Johnson's plays. He's really able to get round the back of the defences sometimes, and that low fizz cross across the penalty area is one of his specialties now. So that was really good. On the other side, I thought Werner did pretty well. I'm hearing a lot of. You do let me know, viewers and listeners, in the comments. I'm hearing a lot of comments about Timo Werner, and he did spurn a really, really good chance in that first half. But what people forget about that is he did remarkably well to get himself in that position, with some really, really quick feet. And yeah, all right, it's a scuff finish, and it missed the target. But I think he does come under a fair amount of criticism, and even the miss that he had in the Palace game recently, where he went 1-on-1. I mean, that flick to set the ball into his path was beautiful, and he's got pace to burn. It is unfortunately just that end product. It's just the finish. But a lot of people saying, he hasn't done well for us. He hasn't. I mean, it was his assist For the second goal against Luton, it was his ball across. I mean, I know Johnson finally got the final touch before Sonny's finish, but I think Werner's done quite well on that left hand side. He takes his man on. He usually puts the ball across, and I'm surprised, to be honest, that a lot of fans are just saying get rid of him. He hasn't done it. He hasn't done enough. He isn't playing well. Well, whenever I'm seeing him, he's certainly more direct than he's. I would say he's definitely been better than Kulusevski since January anyway. But Kulu doesn't get that level of criticism. Anyway, guys, I do digress. I think the lineup. He obviously went with Dragusin, obviously instead of Van der Ven. Let's really hope Van der Ven is fit for the West Ham game tomorrow. Who else did he? So then he obviously went with Basuma and Sarr in the midfield. Again, watching the game, they didn't play very well in the first half. Second half, I thought Basuma started to get on the ball a lot more, and he did try to drive us up the pitch, which was quite encouraging to see. It was a better performance from from Basuma. Still not there really yet, but better. And then, I think the problem is, guys, is Maddison didn't have a really particularly good game, so we changed him for Bentancur, who came in and did a great job, and then obviously Højbjerg came on. Lo Celso came on and made an impact. I have been saying that, by the way, guys, in previous videos, that I think Lo Celso's still got a role to play in this team. He must be wondering why he isn't getting picked from the start, but I'm sure he's been carrying knocks in previous games as well. Richie also came in as well. I was pleased to see that he made the matchday squad. I looked at the bench, guys, incidentally before the match, and I thought, well, that's a powerful bench. There's a lot of a strong bench with a lot of options. You had, again, Oliver Skipp didn't make the matchday squad. Neither did Brian Hill, I don't think. But we had, a strong bench with, Davis, Højbjerg, Bentancur, Lo Celso, Richarlison, Johnson. That's good strength in depth, guys. That is good strength in depth, and we're going to need the squad, particularly tomorrow. I was going to put out another video, guys, but I might as well just preview the match day preview for tomorrow's game against West Ham. I mean, they've just come off the back of a 4-3 defeat to Newcastle. How on earth they lost that game when they were 3-1 up? I think in the 83rd minute, Newcastle come back and win 4-3. So this could be a good opportunity to really rub salt into the wounds of West Ham. They're obviously going to really want to get one over us, like they always do. I saw that they had to make a change in goal at half time. So I think Areola came out and Fabianski went in goal. So they might have to make a tactical, any time that you're changing your goalkeeper up, that's quite a big change for the back line. So hopefully we can capitalise on that. Hopefully Mickey van der Ven will come back into the lineup. So I would be going with, the full strength back four. Hopefully Van der Ven just coming in for Dragusin. I fully expect him to. Would he go with Basuma and Sarr, or would he change things up? I would personally. I would, if he can, I would probably bring Bentancur into the team for the West Ham game. It's just a decision. Does he then change Maddison with Bentancur, or do you put Bentancur in for a Basuma? I'm not sure, because West Ham, that game's going to be very, very physical. So maybe you do want Basuma and Sarr trying to start again, but whether or not they've got the legs, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Højbjerg come in. But for argument's sake, it's a tricky one, guys. It is a tricky one. Probably Sarr has got the legs. I can just, to be honest, I can see him switching it up a little bit, guys, in this game. I think I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Højbjerg come in for Basuma. So probably Højbjerg, Sarr, Bentancur, maybe instead of Maddison. I'll go with that and change it up. Um, I think I think Kulusevski probably will start again, and probably Werner on the other side behind Son. So that would be my 11 guys. Vicario in goal, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Destiny Udogi, Pat Matassar alongside Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Rodrigo Bentancur just in front of them with Kulusevski and Werner behind Sonny. I think it's a really, really important game for us, guys. It's a really, really important game. We were lucky that Manchester United dropped points against Brentford in that game. So we're now 8 points ahead of United in sixth. Villa won, of course, didn't they, against Wolves? So we're still 3 points behind them. So yeah, we're in a really good position, guys. It's going to be a really, really tough match against West Ham. They're going to be going after us, but I do feel that this probably is a good time to be playing West Ham. Their fans are not happy with Moyes. There's a lot of discontent around that club. Let's go there, guys, and put in a really professional performance. Hopefully, we can change things up. That little bit of freshness coming in with those changes, guys. I hope that we can pounce on West Ham's misfortunes. And I'm gonna go, guys. I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Tottenham win for us in this game. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be really tight. I just feel that we're going to do it, guys. I feel like we're going to nick it. I think with Mickey coming in, Bentancur offering that little bit more, because I thought he looked really, really good when he came on in that game. In that game against Luton, I thought he looked really good, and I do feel in this game it might be time just to bring Basuma out, put Højbjerg in, and see how that goes. But yeah. Guys, let me know your score prediction and match prediction tomorrow. For those that you don't know, I think the game, guys, is on Amazon Prime. I hope I haven't just made that up, but I think I did notice that Prime are doing that game. So I'll be watching that game. Kick off 8:15 at the London Stadium, guys. It's a huge, huge game for Spurs. Let's see if we can, keep pace with Villa. Incidentally, I'm not quite sure who Villa have got. Let me just check who Aston Villa are playing. Are they playing on Wednesday? They are. Okay, so they're actually away at Manchester City on Wednesday. You've got to imagine that City are going to win that one. So, win tomorrow, guys. And, we might not get back into the top four because Villa have got 2 goals ahead of us now. 2 goals more, so we'd have to win the game by possibly 2 or 3 clear goals. I mean, we could do that. And then Villa have got a really, really tough game against City. So there's an opportunity, guys, this week to get back into the top 4. I'm betting on the boys to do it, guys. I think this is a good time to play West Ham. We need the points. Their form is very, very hit and miss. A lot of discontent around the club at the moment. Whereas for Spurs, I think all season our away form has been pretty decent. I mean, you look at it, guys, the form over the last few weeks, I think it's three defeats in 14 games. That's pretty good, isn't it? That's not bad at all. But our last away performance was obviously the 3-0 defeat at Fulham. I really hope that that's woken up the players, because if we don't turn up in tomorrow night's game, we get done over again by West Ham. So we really need to match them physically. We need a lot better work rate in that game, and I think I'm sure that the boys will be up for it. We're always up for it against West Ham. It was a real disappointment against Fulham, but I am going to put that down as a one-off game in terms of the commitment. It just wasn't there, but for all the other games this season, I think Tottenham have always been in the match, which is really, really pleasing to say now. So, guys, I'm going for a 2-1 win. What do you think about my match lineup? Would you go with that? Does anybody else deserve to come in? Does Brennan Johnson deserve to start and Lo Celso? I certainly think Johnson's must be knocking at the door, but I'm wondering if he's just going to go with Kulusevski's physicality from the start and bring Johnson on in the second half. Richie, could he maybe play in this game? For me, Sonny just looks so much better down the middle, guys. I'm so much more confident and comfortable with him there. I think Richarlison could maybe come on to this game in the last 15 minutes or so, like he tends to, just to kind of upset the apple cart and be a bit of a nuisance like he is. But guys, I'm really buzzing for this one. I'm really buzzing, pumped up, and obviously, it's going to be a big night for us. 3 points would put us in the driving seat, I would say, for Champions League football. I'll sign off there, guys. Happy Easter to you all. Thanks very much for the support for the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Do like the video. And as always, come on you Spurs.